What are you talking about? Oh, the plate is like this big. Oh, wow.
What's going on, guys?
Welcome back. Good afternoon to some of you.
I heard that some of you missed me last week.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
And I just want to say that I'm here. You know, I really don't think anybody can fill this spot, but if I were going to choose somebody, it would be Lauren Chamberlain. Because she was hilarious.
She was great. She was fantastic. Lots of great feedback.
Hilarious. Just huge thanks. Thank you, Lauren, if you're watching. If you're not, please watch. For coming down and doing Here's the Deal and hanging out with this one.
She provided great insight. I think.
Of course she did.
Maybe better, dare I say.
What? These people like to hear me put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah.
They enjoy it. And
I enjoy it too.
Right? So,
it's pretty funny.
So much salt.
So much salt.
It's like a spicy salt.
Yeah. Spicy salt. Maybe hashtag spicy salt.
Chipotle.
Look at you. So clever. So clever on a Wednesday afternoon. I spent most of the day thinking that it was Tuesday, so
yeah.
I'm glad that I've realized that it's Wednesday. You know,
Welcome
I'm ready.
Back to Earth.
Yeah.
It is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
And you're with us on Here's the Deal. Lots to talk about today. Actually, let me go. So if some of you are wondering, why was Lauren Chamberlain here? Well, she was here visiting us to shoot a number of different videos that we're excited to share with you guys. Mm-hmm. For some of you who are familiar with our This Is series, we've done short docs on Sydney Romero, Sierra Romero, Sis Bates, Rachel Garcia, and we've got a really special episode with Lauren Chamberlain, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. It is going to be beautiful. It's going to be unlike any story you've ever heard. She is unfiltered. If you watch a show last week, I mean, it's
big time. She
puts it all out there.
I think it's one of the most exciting
and
pieces that I've seen us do. Mm-hmm. Really, really something interesting. You know, probably on par with the Paige Lowry piece that we did.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Really, really great storytelling. And she's just a fantastic storyteller in and of herself.
Yeah, and she also came to shoot a number of technique videos with us, and we have a blooper that some of you may or may not have seen. Can we roll the clip?
Yeah, let's roll it.
This is magic.
Key number one, staying athletic. I want to move low to high with the ball. I have no shot if I'm not athletic. My second move is to judge the throw. I need to know who it's coming from, where on the field it's coming from, and make a judgment call. My third key is to stay low and move through the ball. I always want to go in a positive direction off the hop.
Key number two.
Key two.
Critical error.
I mean, it's still funny. It's still funny.
Key number one, staying athletic.
And just so you guys know, some of you were like, that totally was a boob shot. It didn't hit her in the boob.
It looked like it
was right below.
Under the boob kind of rib shot.
It was more of a rib shot.
You could hear it.
There was a mark.
You can hear it. You can hear it hit the rib. Such a good sport, man. I think immediately she was like, "Oh my god, you guys got to put that up. I want it.
Oh my god,
let me put it up."
Allie was there too, and our DP David Wells. We fell over laughing, like all of us fell over laughing. We couldn't believe that happened because she sounded so great leading up to that point.
Like so professional and so on point. Like,
it was so great.
Just perfect.
You know, this is real. Anybody who hasn't like taken a ball through the wickets in the shin.
Right.
You got to be lying to yourself if you're saying that never happened. But she was a good sport.
I feel like it's like the most relatable video.
Yes.
We've seen.
100%.
Definitely. First baseman out there, like, let us know this has happened to you.
I mean, there have been times when I know it's a ball I can't read, and I've just literally ran out of the way.
Right?
I mean, it's dangerous. It's not.
You don't want to take a soft ball. You don't want to take one in the teeth. It's not soft. It's not soft at all.
Yeah.
And especially on that turf.
Yeah.
It's like it's
pretty
coming.
fast.
It's coming at you.
So that was fun.
Oh, so much fun.
I do want to say that Nick Torina joined. Nick, we are going to talk about LSU, so just plug your ears when that happens, because it's on the docket. It's coming. Mm-hmm. Maybe in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna continue with the Sooner talk.
Yes.
Because there was a big matchup last week
Huge.
between Texas and Oklahoma.
Huge.
I was there for 2 games. It was just the atmosphere alone felt like a regional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd was amped. They were going back and forth, slugging it out. I really thought Texas had opportunities in the first 2 games to potentially walk off with a win. But I'll tell you right now, Oklahoma, they've got the hitting, they've got the pitching, they've got the leadership, they've got the experience. I was very impressed.
Can I just say it? Boomer Sooner. Was there any doubt?
I mean, I feel like you've been riding the coattails of UCLA of late, and then all of a sudden,
without doubt, I still think UCLA is the best team. But in that same sentence, I have always said that Patty Gasso is toying with us, and she's going to have them ready. Look at the face that Chez is giving me right now. That is a face of zoom in on it a little bit. I have always said that Patty Gasso will have her team ready come crunch time.
Look, they're playing really well.
Boomer Sooner.
They have the longest win streak right now, currently in the NCAA.
Look at you, dropping the knowledge bombs.
Yeah, that's what's up. And they have just one of the best pitching staffs altogether.
Yeah.
But I really loved that series. I think that was huge for both programs. Even though Texas didn't walk away with the win, I think they walked away knowing that they can compete in the arena. Now, it's going to depend on that pitching staff really coming together to be able to advance in postseason, in my mind. And let's just be honest, they have some holes in their lineup.
They do.
And when you look at Oklahoma's lineup, I mean, you have to be precise with all of them. Not from freshman to senior.
Top to bottom, even the bench they're solid.
Yeah. I tell you what, I was very impressed with Grace Lyon. She made a couple top 10 plays last week.
Yeah.
Phenomenal shortstop. Yeah. And after replacing Kelsey Arnold, who's just, I mean...
such a stud.
An unsung hero. But that kid, she flat out play.
Yeah. So OU, we have them number 1. UCLA... is our number 2. But yeah, Boomer Sooner, sitting atop the standings. Swept Texas. Was it hard for you to see that? Was it hard to be there?
I was...
Tell us about your feelings.
It wasn't.
Tell us about your feelings.
Nothing. I was up front in my Texas shirt, my Texas hat. Allie saw me singing the eyes of Texas.
You're on a whole new level.
I was in it. I was trying to incite the crowd.
Did we end up getting some banter between you and Chamberlain on it? Because Chamberlain was there with you Thursday night,
I don't think so. I mean, we were talking about it going back and forth on the show last week.
Okay.
So we did most of our shit talking last week.
I just wanted to make sure there was OU Texas shit talk between the two of you.
Yeah,
somewhere on
it just
camera.
wasn't on social, but it was on our Here's the Deal episode last week. If any of you guys want to watch it.
Highly suggested you. I'm not on it, but it's still really good without me.
Yeah, I'll add a link.
Maybe better.
Once we post the episode to the website. But Sarah, it's time to move to the SEC.
Let's talk about the SEC.
Look, you have week after week said that Alabama's played a soft schedule.
They have played a soft schedule.
They don't even deserve to be in the top 10. I think Ellie?
No, she definitely said that.
Did she say that?
She definitely said that.
Did she say that?
I did. It's on, it's filmed. What can I say? I said it then, and I stand by my statement then. Now I'm going to make a different statement. I still think they have a soft schedule.
Number 1 in the SEC?
Still think they have a soft schedule.
Soft? Sweep Florida? Sweep Georgia?
Florida has lost 12 games. I don't think Florida should be the standard that we're judging anything by at this point. No offense, Gators. But 12 games? They're not any kind of measuring stick right now.
Ooh.
Alabama is most definitely a top 10 team.
Not a top 5?
I'm going to hold off on my top 5 sentiments on Alabama for just a little bit longer.
Look, they have top pitching
Chez
staff. Everybody's under 2. I mean, what they have way more run production this year around.
Yeah.
I mean, up and down the lineup, they've been able to contribute. So I think it's kind of tough. I think they've earned that spot in my mind.
Allie, I think they have too. I mean, they definitely did. I think Sarah is just.
Agree with
her. I don't know. Are you like? Are you bitter about something?
Not bitter. Not bitter about Alabama. Just not ready to pull the trigger based on their soft schedule. And throwing a sweep of Florida in there is not going to satisfy me.
I mean, they had to beat Kelly Barnhill at least 2 times.
Not satisfying. I'm unsatisfied with that sweep.
Oh, boy.
I'm doubling down.
Look, we're going to move on. Let's stay in the SEC right now.
Yeah, let's. I told Nick
what do you think about Arkansas taking the LSU series?
You know what? I think it's peak LSU, right? Every season they toy with my heartstrings, right? Mm-hmm. Like every season I look at their roster on paper, I'm like, they are going to be amazing. And then they drop some bad ones during the season, and then they show up in the postseason and make a really good run.
That is the story of LSU.
I think that's just peak LSU, right? Mm-hmm. It's just LSU being LSU. And you know what? I don't want them to change. Don't change LSU. Like, you be you. You do you. You drop a series to Arkansas, and then you show up and win in the Super Regionals. Like, that's LSU. Nick might have something to say. Nick, do you want us to keep talking about LSU? Where are you here?
Look, I
give us your take.
I agree with you. Like LSU. Well, let me back up. Arkansas is a very talented team. They've got 2 stud pitchers.
They definitely, yes,
they have
completely agree.
An offense that can come alive at any moment. I think that is definitely a team you don't want to see in your region.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
But LSU, I would have to admit, they do tend to do this with us.
They do. They toy with us. They toy.
They start off hot.
They tease us.
They drop some games they shouldn't be dropping. And I kind of feel the same way about Florida State in the sense.
Yeah.
2 similar teams that it's like, why are they dropping these games?
They're kind of a tease.
And then when it comes to regionals and super regionals, it's like, look who's there. Look who's back.
They're teasing. They're a tease. They're just toying with us.
And just to let y'all know that we do have a poll running right now regarding Alabama's soft schedule, according to Sarah. So
yeah, everybody vote hell yeah on that one.
Look, I think they can play with anybody. So as long as they have a healthy Montana Fouts and a healthy Bailey Hemphill, I think they're good to go. I'm really impressed with even the other pitchers in the bullpen too, with Crystal Goodman and Courtney Gettins, being able to still pull off the wins without Montana Fouts when she was out for about a week, and then on limited pitch counts. So
they're a great
still
team.
Winning.
Great team.
Still winning.
I think their schedule's soft. So I'm saying, the poll will be our guide, Chez.
Okay. All right.
Everybody, let us know.
Another SEC team.
Yeah, we're still staying in the SEC.
Impressing me is Ole Miss. Ole Miss has won every single SEC series, minus the split with South Carolina. They sit number 2 in the SEC standings. I mean,
which is mind-boggling. What's your take on it?
Wow.
What did we miss for in Ole Miss?
I think their pitching has really stepped up, and then obviously with run production, they run rolled Mississippi State in dominant fashion. I think they put up over 20 runs. It's just a ridiculous amount of runs.
Yeah.
And that to shut out a Mississippi State offense is pretty crazy to me. To be able to get past Mia Davidson and Faleua, I mean that's pretty tough. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on Ole Miss because sitting number 2 in the SEC right now.
We have them 15th because they're 33-12. They've dropped 12 games this season. I don't know. Do you give us a prediction of what you think they're going to do come regionals?
I think honestly, the SEC tournament is going to reveal a lot. We might see... it's kind of a flip of the coin on who's going to win the SEC tournament in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that's going to snowball into regionals and super regionals. So it's going to be a key metric for those teams in the SEC going into the NCAA tournament. It's just going to be a dogfight. And then for the lower seeded teams, it really makes a difference. Like they're going to come into the tournament hungrier.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. And then it only helps them in the RPI if they end up beating one of these higher ranked teams.
You think that's the conference? You think that's the tightest conference? Is that the conference you're most excited to see?
I think it is the toughest conference because you look at some of these other conferences and they're a little lopsided. Like, in my opinion, the Pac-12 is pretty lopsided. Mm-hmm. The Big 12, kind of lopsided.
Yep.
And then ACC's kind of been a surprise, especially with North Carolina and Louisville beating Florida State.
Mm-hmm. Florida State has dropped some that I did not expect them to drop this season.
But I feel like they're unfazed. Everything's a learning point with them.
Everybody seems to be agreeing with you here, Chez. SEC seems wide open. Philip, we agree.
It could be anybody. I think that's what kind of makes the anticipation of the Women's College World Series so exciting, because at this point, like, nobody knows.
Yeah.
It could be anybody's game.
I mean, it's UCLA's or Oklahoma's game, but we'll let Chez have that one. I mean, nobody knows in the SEC.
We'll see. It all depends on who those teams get matched up with. So say one of these great teams fall to the bottom half of the top 25, they could find those teams in your region. Like, a Kentucky can end up at a UCLA.
Yeah, but UCLA is not going to lose to
Oklahoma.
Kentucky. They're not going to.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I know exactly. We're on the same page, Chez. We're always
could be dangerous.
Could be dangerous. But we were talking about the Pac, so let's go there.
Okay.
Arizona, for all the UCLA love that I'm giving, Arizona is number 1 in the Pac right now.
Yeah, undefeated. But they haven't played Washington or UCLA.
Yes, they end their season going Washington, UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
So my mind, UCLA is still the best team in the Pac. You're just seeing Arizona.
No argument here.
Arizona, and let me be clear, Arizona is a phenomenal team. Like, I told Chez before we started, like, I'm surprised that I'm not surprised at Arizona sitting atop the Pac right now. Because when you look at them on paper in preseason, you're like, oh my God, this team is amazing. But then they kind of stumbled out the gate. So it's not surprising, but it is that they're sitting atop. But yeah, this schedule, man, they haven't played the 2 best teams in the Pac yet. They could very easily drop 4 games.
Yeah, and that shifts. That puts probably UCLA at top.
Yeah. I don't think Washington is better than UCLA. I don't think they're better than Arizona either. But once you get past those 3 teams, there's not a lot there. Like you said, the Pac is a little lopsided.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other team that you're super big on in the Pac right now?
I mean, I'm just excited to see those 3 teams that you mentioned face off.
Yeah.
Well, more so I'm excited about Oklahoma and Arizona. That series will be kind of the deciding factor of the top 3 standings in the Pac-12. And we're not going to see that until like the last 2 weekends of conference play. Yep. So until then, we're going to be having the same kind of conversation unless one of them loses really badly to another team.
Yep, you got to wait till May 3rd through the 5th. Arizona has Washington at Arizona, and then the 9th through the 11th of May. Arizona goes to UCLA.
Back to back.
Yeah,
talk about a finale.
Yeah, what a way to. You can either end on a really high note.
It's like we're number 1, and then you go into Washington. And it's like, whew, got past that one. Who's next? UCLA.
UCLA. We just have to finish with UCLA. Not a problem.
No big.
But that's kind of a good look at the Pac right now.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take us to the Big Ten?
I tell you what.
Or you can where are we going?
Northwestern Wildcats.
They're on a whole new level.
Undefeated in the Big Ten.
Who saw that coming?
Look, I knew that they were going to be a strong team.
Right.
And the deciding factor for them was going to be, honestly, how their newcomers were going to perform. But Danielle Williams is just, she's on a tear right now. That left-handed pitcher is really performing like a junior or senior.
Yeah.
Not only from the pitching circle, but also on offense. She's contributing in all factors. And I think adding Jordan Rudd, she has been an absolute phenom for Northwestern. And then you still have Rachel Lewis.
Gosh,
to me, they're a team that is like, they're putting all the right puzzle pieces to part. Yeah, putting all the right puzzle pieces together.
Putting them and then putting them back together.
Yeah, I love puzzles.
They're solving puzzles.
Yeah, but they haven't played Michigan yet.
Right.
So that will be a big matchup.
That'll be the matchup. For me, that's going to be the matchup in the Big Ten because Northwestern is 17-0. Michigan's 16-1. They just dropped a game to Ohio State, and Minnesota's 13-1. But, Michigan can come away, sweep it or win it, and win that series with Northwestern, and they end up first. So that's, to me, that's the matchup in the Big Ten that I want to see.
I just love the makeup of that team, and I think they're going to surprise people. They're another team, I think, if you find them in your region, they're going to be tough. Absolutely. Along with Minnesota and Michigan. I feel like the Big Ten is starting to level out, and then we've seen them beat top 25 ranked teams, and I think this is only going to be the trajectory of the Big Ten in my mind. They're going to get better recruits. They're going to get in the ring with the top 25 teams in the SEC and the Pac. So I'm excited to see how this Big Ten season finishes up.
Big Ten softball is solid softball. Like, it's really good, and like you said, it's on an uphill trajectory. Like, it's really exciting. Like, if you're not following Big Ten softball, get in now because it's going to be very exciting the next couple of seasons. There's some really good talent there, and it's not just Michigan's going to win everything or maybe Minnesota. Like, and it's a level field. There's some
Indiana's turned it around.
Sure. Yeah, Indiana definitely turned it around. I was really holding out on them, but they've dropped quite a bit. They got swept by Ohio State, and then looking here, they swept Michigan State, but then got swept by Michigan. So, they beat LSU at the beginning of the season, but I don't know. I think they are starting to level out.
It's just been kind of an inconsistent season for them, right? But they've had some really good wins, and they have some really good talent, right?
Yeah.
So they're another team, like I said. If you're not paying attention to Big Ten, you want to pay attention to Big Ten because it's gonna just keep getting more exciting as the seasons go on.
Absolutely.
See, Chez agrees.
And you can watch those games on FloSoftball.
And bonus, I wasn't trying to do a plug for FloSoftball, but
it totally was. And what's up next? Let's see. We've got the Lauren Chamberlain videos. We're going to be rolling out hopefully in a couple weeks.
If the blooper was any indication.
Crossed.
Any indication of what you can expect, it's Big Ten.
And then we have another expert coming through, Flo, Austin Wasserman. If you guys aren't familiar with him, please go follow his stuff. He's amazing. He's basically a throwing guru, and he's going to be showing us a weekly program to help develop healthier, stronger athletes to be able to throw harder.
Yeah, I feel
maximize your velocity.
I feel like there are a lot of throwing experts who don't really understand human anatomy. And,
this guy does.
This guy does. And if you don't take my word for it, I have a master's degree in sport physiology. This guy's the real deal. He understands anatomy. He understands the anatomy of the shoulder and how everything kind of in that joint needs to work together to be healthy. And he's super impressive, and I'm really excited to have him.
Yeah, it's going to be great. This is something that's so needed in softball, and we're excited to share it with all of you guys to help promote stronger, healthier athletes.
Yeah, and some science-based programs that really understand basic fundamental principles.
And speaking of science and people who know anatomy, so obviously we're kind of in the middle of season. And Dana Sorensen wrote a fantastic article for us coming out tomorrow about what you should be doing in season. Something we don't talk about. A lot of us kind of just go to practice and we throw, we do the jog around the field, and we think we're getting stronger, and that can't be farther from the truth. Yep. You have to be able to keep up with your strength and training in season if you want to become an all-around athlete. So that drops tomorrow. Also, next week, we've got the 2020 rankings rolling out next week. I know we've kept you waiting. I'm so sorry.
The anticipation.
It's a lot of names and information to sort through, and we're doing our best.
The anticipation, like, can you feel it coming at us? Like, right, they've been waiting.
It's a great class.
For this. It is a phenomenal class.
And then today, if you don't know, now you know, the 12U rankings research phase is underway. So if you've got a top 12U team, please send us your team's info. We'll be releasing the preseason 12U rankings next month.
We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I want to hear from Allie on the poll results. Only if they're in my favor, though.
Okay.
It was 50-50.
Was it really?
Yeah, 50-50.
How many votes?
Damn.
It doesn't say how many votes, but it says 50-50.
All right. Well,
Salty Sarah crew, where are you?
Look.
Go vote. Alabama's schedule is soft. I'm soliciting votes. I don't care.
Hey, join us next week. We're gonna have Megan Willis in the house.
Oh, that's news to me. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's phenomenal.
It's because we just talked about it this morning.
That's great. That's news to me.
Thought I'd let you guys know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. See you guys next week.
Stay salty.